Abu Ali al-Husayn Ibn Sina is better known in Europe by the Latin name Avicenna. He is probably the most significant philosopher in the Islamic tradition and arguably the most influential philosopher of the pre-modern era. His father was a worker for Sultan Nuh bin Mansur al-Salmani in the village of Kurmitan, one of the most important villages in Bukhara at that time. When he grew up, his father worked to give him an academic upbringing. He received his first education in his father's house, memorized the Quran, and memorized it along with a lot of Arabic literature. He was under 10 years old and then he learned linguistics from Abu Bakr Ahmad bin Muhammad al-Baqir al-Hawarizmi. As for the era in which Ibn Sina grew up, it was an era of division and conflict between princes of the regions in the Abbasid state at that time, and the princes were trying to bring the scholars closer to their council, to consult them on their methods, to take pride in them. And since Ibn Sina had grown up under the confines of the Umayyad state, he became famous. He taught medicine and philosophy, and this fame was enough to tempt the princes to approach him and decorate their gathering with his knowledge and virtue. Ibn Sina has two writings, the most popular book, the Book of Shifa, which is a large encyclopedia of philosophy and kids section. Second, the Book of Deliverance, which is a book on philosophy and its logical section.
In section, firstly, theoretical. Theoretical aims to find the right to truth and find proof for all questions of life and branch of knowledge. It refers to all kinds of knowledge about the existence of humans, gods, and nature. For practical philosophy, it aims to find happiness in life and knowledge about humans, God, and nature. It also includes the science of ethics, economy, civilization, politics, moral, and much more. According to Ibn Sina, mantic science is a science that controls human thinking from being wrong and distorted when thinking, and Ibn Sina published his philosophical books. Logic is to create a theory that knows when the correct form and substance of the limit, which is called truth, is the limit, and the correct syllogism that is called truth. Ibn Sina saw mantic as an intellectual tool that is suitable to be used to debate theoretical science, because it contains the principles needed to obtain information about knowledge that is not yet known to humans. Next, divinities according to Ibn Sina. Ibn Sina believed that what exists is either necessary to exist for its own sake, or it is possible for it to exist for its own sake, and between the two categories there is a third category, which is it is possible to exist for itself and it's necessary for others to exist. Ibn Sina infers this God, the creature and creature of everything, with evidence that contradicts the evidence of the theologians who infer the event to create something and by the creature over the creator. Ibn Sina's concept of wajib al-wujud. Ibn Sina outlines the concept of God from a pure metaphysical approach consisting of ontological and cosmological arguments.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Puteri NATASHA binti Abdul Kadir. My matric number is 067951. Attributes of the necessary being. According to Ibn Sina, the necessary being is singular, simple, and without component. It is entirely complete, lacking nothing, and existing in a state of perfect completeness. As a pure intellect, it knows itself and the universal order. The necessary being is pure goodness and perfection, meaning only goodness can originate from it. Evil is accidental, not essential, arising from the relative effect of good entities like rain or fire. Everything originating from Allah is essentially good, and thus Allah is pure goodness. The necessary being is both the lover and the beloved, and experiencing the greatest delight through this perfect self-awareness. The process of emanation. Ibn Sina explains the process of emanation from Allah, who is entirely singular and simple. From Allah, the first intellect emanates due to His knowledge. The first intellect, while singular, has multiple aspects, is not itself, nor it causes Allah, and from its knowledge. The second intellect is the soul of the first sphere, and body sphere emanate. Each subsequent intellect follow this pattern, emanating another intellect, a soul, and a sphere until reaching the 10th intellect, the 8th intellect, and the 9th sphere, the moon. Ibn Sina's cosmology divides the world into the upper world, such as Allah, 10 intellects, 9 spheres and souls, and the lower world, which is earthly being and elements. Ibn Sina differs from religion in proving the existence of the necessary being. Religion argue from the existence of created being to prove Allah, whereas Ibn Sina used the concept of possibility, focusing on the potentiality of existence and non-existence. He argued that the necessary being's existence is intrinsic to its essence. In conclusion, Ibn Sina's philosophy merged Greek philosophical concept with Islamic theology, presenting a unique view of the universe. He argued for the existence of the necessary being Allah through the concept of possibility, asserting that existence is inherent to its essence. Ibn Sina incorporates the idea of multiple spheres and intellects, further blending this with Islamic religious elements such as the Arash and Kursi.